What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have another subscriber requested course coming at you guys today. As for today's video, we are playing Cedar Knob Golf Course. This is in Somers, Connecticut, so cool, we're doing a local New England course here. This comes courtesy of the subscriber by the username of Faux Hunter, and then I clicked on his profile and it said Hunter Coleman, so shout out to you, Faux Hunter, or Hunter Coleman, for the request. Hunter said, I play a course sometimes called Cedar Knob Golf Course. If you want to try that one out, could be interesting to see how tree trouble on some of the dog legs translate onto the Garmin software. So we'll take a look at that. Real quick before we get started, first and foremost, I really hope the mic, everything is working. For whatever reason, I was testing this one before. This is the same mic that I brought down to Florida and I've been using out here for the past couple months, and I got caught in a rather severe rainstorm on one of the rounds, and I think it may have messed with the mic a little bit. So for whatever reason, I tested it like 4 or 5 times with short little videos. It wasn't working. Had to restart the phone and then it started to work. So I don't know, that thing may be going in the garbage. It's I did test it, right, like I said, right before this, and it did seem to pick up the audio, but it'd be unfortunate that after I finish this round, after 45-50 minutes, however long this takes, that the audio doesn't even pick up. So we may be switching that one out. But I do like this one. I have a different one that I upgraded for on course. I like this one that I'm using because it does a relatively good job with the windscreen, the little foam windscreen, and the adapter that goes into the phone. I can actually charge my phone while it's recording, which is good. The other one's not able to do that, but the other one is higher quality, so I don't know, we'll see. But haven't touched the club in about a week. Today is Friday afternoon as of the recording of this. Last time I played, either on here or on course, last time I swung a club was last Saturday. So 6 days ago, and I walked 27 holes on course, so this should be interesting. I've been hitting it pretty good as of late, seeing some extra distance, I think probably just from the wider takeaway, more turn. Just did a couple test 58s into the net, and I hit 1 9-iron, caught it a little bit thin, but I got 161 out of it, so we'll see at the beginning of this round, maybe seeing closer to maybe 5 yards more than like stock yardage, but we're going to give it a go. Again, shout out to Hunter for the request. And there's supposed to be a tropical storm, remnants of a hurricane, coming tomorrow, so it is pretty windy out here. The phone almost blew over before, so hopefully that doesn't happen, and hopefully the wind in the mic isn't too much of an issue. But real quick for the rundown, Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand, Country Club Elite mat, Callaway Superfast balls, DIY stance mat here that's somehow holding up for $20 from Amazon. Pretty happy with this thing. 10x7 nets, and Home Tee Hero that you're seeing within the Garmin Golf app. So a little bit colder here. We're at the tail end. We're into almost fall time here in New England. So it's actually woke up this morning. It was kind of cold, hence the leggings. But at least now, with the sun setting earlier, I can put my phone back over to where it's in front of me, so it's in the shade. So a little bit colder than I would like. I know I was complaining for a while when it was so hot now. Now I wish it was warmer again, but so is life. So here we go. First hole, par 4, 359. Where are we gonna go? I'm assuming, I didn't check, I guess we can look together with the scorecard. It is 18 holes, so we're gonna do that. And Hunter did mention the dog legs, and we have one to start off here, which is rather severe with these trees. So we're gonna go about 300 out there. Don't think we'll get that, but I want that line, hopefully bring it back left. There is water there short right, hopefully we don't catch that, but we'll see how this goes. First couple driver swings are always interesting. It'd be nice, confidence-wise, to get off to a good start. That one sounded and felt weird. I think it was a little bit high on the face. Struck it halfway decent. Looks like it's kind of staying out to the right. I think that was maybe off the toe and didn't close it down or release the club enough, but 270 into the rough. We will take it. Or I did see, I just remembered as I said that, that's my go-to phrase, which probably gets pretty repetitive, but Gray Limo 2 said I could borrow his phrase that he borrows from time to time. I forget what he said it was from, maybe a movie or something. He said, that'll do, pig, and my brain went to Shrek back in the day, that'll do, donkey. So maybe if I catch myself, I'll start saying that'll do, either pig or donkey, or just that'll do instead of we'll take it. Not that we have a choice anyways, but second shot, 124. We're in the rough, so 10% is going to be another 12 yards on top of that. So we're looking at 136. Should be a good full pitching wedge number. I'm going to have to clean off a couple of my clubs because, like I said, last time I picked up a club was almost a week ago on course, so there is some dirt and whatnot in some of these, so bear with me for a few of those. That is the nice thing about playing multiple rounds back here. You keep your clubs clean, obviously hitting off the mat, but here we go with the pitching wedge. Popped it up to the right. We'll see. Struck it halfway decent. We'll see if it catches a piece. Go. That's unfortunate. That's going to be a +3. Pretty accurate read there. That's exactly what happened. Still that pitch wedge. I go back and forth with it. Sometimes I hit it good. That seems to be the miss. Kind of popping it up, spinny up and to the right and short, but bogey to start it. I am doing another buff bogey video after this. I had almost worries I was about to drop down and do push-ups, but not until the next one. So second hole, par 3. I am just going to double check. I mean, the camera's recording. I mean, I guess, I don't know, I would probably have to redo it. I can't use the audio just from the phone itself recording because you guys won't even be able to hear me, especially with the wind, but at least it is recording. I guess absolute worst case scenario, you just, I just mute it and play music and you guys see me swing with no audio, but that would be pretty unfortunate, but at least it's still going. The joys of working with tech. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Same thing with the R10. We'll see with those misreads for the short ones, but 1 over through 1, second hole par 3, 147 up 4. So that puts us at 151. Gonna go 9, and I don't need a full one. Like I said, I hit one before, was feeling a little bit quicker. I think speed's been up just a little bit as of late, since pretty much I was hitting it well in Florida, and since I've been back, right before that, through Florida and up till now, it seems like I've been a little bit quicker. So I don't need like 155, 160 out of it, but we'll just see if I can make some good, smooth contact here. Struck it good. Should be pretty straight. May fade a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, fade just a little bit. Get down. Sit. Sit. All right. That's kind of what I'm talking about. 153, and I swung kind of smooth and easy at that. I think, like I said, once I really get going here and muscles warm up and whatnot, we'll take the par, or that'll do for a par, pig or donkey. Once I get going, I think I might need to just add maybe 5 yards just for that extra little wiggle room for some of these shots if I'm going to start hitting them a little bit longer, which is always a good thing, but just got to adjust for it. 1 over through 2, third hole, par 5. Alright, a little bit of a dogleg left, but pretty straightforward. 291 right there. We'll aim up the right side, see if we can turn one back over. That stupid mic's going to be in the back of my head this entire round. I really hope everything's fine and everything picks up the way it should. Otherwise, I mean, still, golf on a Friday afternoon better than no golf, but the whole point of coming out here is my schedule's been hectic as of late. Coming out here to get some videos and footage on tape for the YouTube videos. If I'm out here talking and spending time and I can't even use it, it's pretty frustrating, but we'll see. That was still high in the face towards the toe. That's going to be out to the right. And we aimed right. That's not very good. 267, I guess, through the bunker into the rough. Be nice if I could score one up. We're still getting decent distance on these miss hits. Shout out TaylorMade Stealth 2 for that forgiveness. 237 left and we're in the rough. Down 3 from where we're aimed. So that puts us at 234, and then the 10% is going to be, we'll call it 24 yards. So 254, about 258. So I've been leaving the 3-wood in the bag just because I've been hitting my 4 hybrid really good. I'm gonna try and go 3 hybrid I may just end up taking out that 3-wood altogether and or shipping it down to Florida, or not shipping, but bringing it down to Florida. Just seems like I make just overall better contact and more consistent with the hybrids for whatever reason. That 3-wood, when it's on, it's really good. I can get 250 to 270, maybe even 275 if I really hit one good and I have a good lie. But those are it's like a 50-50 club. The 4 hybrid's been money for me as of late. 3 is a little bit tougher to hit just from the loft, but we'll see if I can get 250-ish out of this. It's gonna be straight, but I caught it heavy. I actually, on the 27th hole last Saturday, it was I recorded 18 of it. I didn't record the other 9 after that, but on the we played 18 at one course, and then we went to another course. We got food in between and went to another one, but actually the 9th hole for the 27th hole of the day, it's a short par 4 with bunkers right at 250, and I hit it literally like a foot in front of the bunker with my 4 hybrid. So I got 250 out of it, just off the deck, off the tee, which is pretty good. So again, that extra maybe 5 or so yards for the stock yardages as the wind is whipping. All right, 23 yards down 1, so 22. What do I want to hit? Do I want to go 60 or do I want to go 56? I guess we'll try the 60. Hopefully we don't have a bunch of misreads and no reads from these wedges. It seemed like when I was just testing it for the alignment when I came out, if I ground the club for a second right before, it's still blinking. I don't think it likes when I hover it, which again kind of takes me out of my routine of what I usually do, and I want to avoid as much as I can, like I was saying last time, looking back out of the corner of my eye and worrying about that, the R10 blinking or not, because again, kind of removes me from my actual routine of what I would do. But all right, a little bit thin. We'll see if it reads. I got it. That'll do, pig. Inner circle. Is it a bird? It is. All right, back to even par, I believe. Trying to stay hydrated not only for just general well-being in this round, but those push-ups that will be coming if I start hitting some bad shots for the next, right after I'm done with this. I'm going to be doing that, like I said, the Buff Bogeys video. So, all right, even through 3, 4th hole, par 4, 380, another slight dog leg. I didn't look up where Summers is. Can't be too far. Everything in New England's relatively close, but wonder where this actually is. I might look it up after. 380, 271 right there. So let's see if I can actually not catch it high on the face and actually hit one relatively close to the middle of the club face here. It's weird. On course, I've been actually hitting this driver and even my old one back in Florida pretty good. I've just been moving the ball just a tad further towards the middle of my stance. It feels a little bit weirder here, maybe just from the mat and where I line up. I want to try to do that. Could be part of the reason why I'm catching it just a little bit high on the face, but I've been making pretty good contact, finding a good amount of fairways. All right, well, that wasn't high on the face. That was low and towards the heel. That's going to be a duck hooky one up the left. We'll see. I don't know if we caught that tree or not. Doesn't look like it. Maybe we did. I don't know. Not great. 253 into the rough. That was a low runner up the left, but we're in play. 127. Those fairway metrics aren't going to be great at the end of this unless I start finding some fairways. 127 up 1 and then 10%. So we're at 128 plus we'll call it 13. So that puts us at 138, 141, I believe, if I did my math right. I'm going to go choke down 9. I've been trying to incorporate this shot into my bag a little bit just because the loft jacked clubs that I'm using and the decent amount of loft in between the clubs. I've been working on just that choke down 140, 145 yard shot with this 9. We'll see if I can do it here. Oh, I pulled it left. That might be long left. I hit that harder than I would like. Land soft. Alright. Still a decent distance. Not the best strike in the world, but we got it to work. Should be a par. Fifth hole, par 3. I forgot to mention too, what Hunter was saying is he would like to see how like the dog legs and the layouts translate to the Garmin software, and I do like doing those just because someone that's really not familiar with the R10, I find a vast majority of the time the layout of all these holes with bunkers, trees, sometimes there's an off-place tree that isn't there, maybe used to be there, but Garmin does a really good job with the mapping, so I'll be surprised, or I'm curious to see what Hunter says down in the comments about how accurate this layout actually is compared to on course. Fifth hole, par 3, 224, up 1, 225, so kind of a weird number. We're going to go 5-iron. I haven't been striking this super great as of late, but it's going to be, if I hit the 4 hybrid, we're going to be 15, 20, even 25, 30 yards long. The 6-iron usually play to about 205, maybe closer to 210 right now, just from the extra 5 yards. So we're gonna give this 5 a go. Usually I play it to about, I don't know, anywhere between 215 and 230. So if I strike this halfway decent, should be close to the right club. But that's always a big if. Low on the face, that's going to be up the right. Get through the bunker. All right. 215 on a bad low strike, which I guess silver lining is decent distance, but didn't strike that very good. Almost pin high though. 32 yards, we're out to the right, and we're in the rough. So 32. Plus we'll call it another 3, 35. I'm gonna try a low 52, or just the 52. Usually I like to stick basically 25, 30 yards with the 56. Once I get up towards 35, 40, kind of comes a decision between the 56 and the 52. We'll try the 52, maybe we'll go back and forth a little bit here, but straight, was a little bit thin. We'll see if I got the number right. Go. Did we sneak it inside that inner circle? I think we might have. Alright, we did. Good par save from that tee shot. At this point, you guys know I always have something that's either not right or I can complain about or an excuse. I was thinking, not necessarily the most confident coming out here, not touching a club in 6 days, but I am fresh and I was looking forward to playing today, so kind of give and take a little bit in that aspect. My bag strap's flying all over the place. Alright, even through 5, 6th hole, par 4, 325. Finally a pretty straight hole. Let's see if we can, again, still haven't even caught one great yet. See if we can finally hit something halfway decent with the old Stealth 2. A little bit better. Still low on the face though. It's going to be kind of lower and up the left, I think. Yep. But nice wide open fairway. It's going to run out. That will be just fine. 273 with the rollout. All right, 53. Don't mind that number. Should be choke down 52-yard shot, or choke down 52 degree 53-yard shot, if I can get it right. Usually choke down pretty much my right thumb to the metal Should be pretty close to 50 if I do it, if I execute what I'm trying to do. And then about half, choking down halfway is usually about 75. Been coming up a little bit long as of late with those, and then I really never hit, besides the 48, I never hit anything really full. I like choking down on my wedges and kind of finessing it a little bit more versus swinging harder at them, especially back here with going up and over the net. But 52 degree, here we go. Pulled it a little bit, caught the mat just a tad first. I may need to get down. Sit, 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 sit. Ugh. And that's been the miss. I've been coming up long, and especially with this mat, I felt I hit the mat first, and sometimes instead of like digging into the grass that you would on course, the club kind of skips off the mat a little bit and almost drop kicks it and gets some more distance than you usually would if you caught it. That would have been fat on course and would have needed to go. Back here, like I said, because I drop kicked it, it kind of skips off the mat and propels the ball and the club forward. So unfortunate +3 brings us back over to 1 over through 6. 7th hole, par 5. Don't love this tree that's right next to us, but I think we're underneath it, so we can get it started hopefully. Ooh, this is a big old dog leg, so this has got to be one of them that Hunter was talking about. 293 there, and then we got another 210 going the other way. Let's see, started a little bit up the right side, hit something relatively straight, put ourselves in a good position, hopefully get around that corner. Don't think, again, you guys have heard me say, just because I aim out there 295, this is just the line I'm taking. I'm not expecting to hit it 295, and it doesn't matter if I aim, this is the line, it doesn't matter if I aim 400 yards that way or 100 yards that way. This is just the line I'm taking, and then really I just do that so I know I'm not going to run out of fairway or go into trees or water or anything. A little bit better strike club face wise, but the face was open, so that's going to be up the right, possibly in the rough. Considering the hole layout though, right side's better than left. At least we're not blocked out. We have a look, I think, going back the other way. Unfortunately, we still have 250 home, plus we're in the rough, so we need another 25 on top of that. So 275, it is down 7, so what is that, 268? I'm gonna go 3 hybrid, keep that 3 wood in the bag, and very, very unlikely we get it there, but hopefully we just have a short wedge left. If I really, really catch one clean, possibly front side of the green, but probably not. A little bit thin. It's going to be low and up the left, but I should get some decent distance on it. All right, pretty much. Not the best strike in the world, but pretty much what I was expecting. So 229 plus the 25. That was almost 255 for not a great strike. I think I may start playing that closer to like 260, 265 if I can hit it good. Again, usually that 3 or the 4 hybrid, I usually play it to about 240, 245 if I'm fatigued, swinging a little bit slower, maybe 230, 235. And then, like I said, as of late, that last hole that I swung it on, I hit it like 2 feet short of 250. That's with like a rangefinder shooting the bunker. So if that's the case with that, that's a 22 degree, I believe, and this 3 is 19. Yeah, 22 on the 4 and the 3 is 19. So in theory, should be about 3 or so yards per degree of loft. So you guys can do the math on that. Should hit that about 10-ish, 10 to 15 yards further than the 4, but 24 yards in the rough. Basically we need another 2.4, so gonna go 60 or 56 rather, and we need about 26.4 to be exact, so just shy of 30 here. A little bit thin again. It's going to be maybe a yard left, but we'll see. Should be pretty close to that inner circle. All right, we got it there. Another bird. Does that bring us back to even? See in a second here. 8th hole, par 4. All right, back to even through 7. 320 yards. Slight dogleg right. Let's see if we can. It's up 8 yards too, though. But I mean, that's well past. That's probably what, 50, 60, 70 yards past that bunker. I was worried about that bunker that I can see here, but we'll see. So, obviously, with the upslope and the downslope, this is going to be, wherever I hit it, it's going to be about 8 yards less, just because we're hitting up. We're not going to get as much rollout, but we'll see if I can maybe hit something 275-ish, and that should give us about 267 or so. Hit a couple close to 3 bills the other day on course, so a little bit low. It's going to be up the left. Could be 275 though, depending on where it lands. Oh, hit the bunker. I stand corrected. All right, 89 down 1 in the rough. So 88 plus, we'll call it another 9, puts us at 97, I believe. Gonna go choke down 48. Feel pretty good about a 100-yard shot with this, so I'm just going to take just a tad off it, but not a whole lot. Again, choke down to about the metal, usually right around 100 yards, so. A little bit thin, kind of flipped at it. That may need to get down. Sit, land soft. All right, tad long, but halfway decent shot. Again, it says 92, you gotta add the extra, what I say, 8-9 yards, so that was like 101. I knew I hit that just a little bit too much, but that'll do. Shout out Gray Limo too. Even through 8, 9th hole, par 4, 3-4-8. Haven't been striking the driver, obviously, that great, but there have been some kind of narrow fairways here with some trees. So, all things considered, we haven't found ourselves in severe tree trouble just yet. Hopefully that keeps remaining the case. High on the face towards the toe, that's going to be kind of a pop-up towards the right. We'll see though. Oh, wanted to come back. Alright. I don't know about that one. That may have been a misread to our benefit. That didn't feel like a 288-yard swing, but I'm assuming, I didn't check. Most of the tee shots, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. I'm assuming we were probably hitting down into that because I guess sometimes though you do, generally you'd rather miss high on the face because it launches higher with lower spin and it carries, versus if you catch it low on the face, it obviously lower launching and spin ramps up when you catch it low on the face. So generally, if you can, really the sweet spot is obviously in the middle of the club face and just a tad towards the upper side of the face, just so you again get that high launch, low spin type of shot. But I don't know, I think that again was probably a little bit of a misread to our benefit. That didn't feel like a almost 290-yard swing. But that just means we got lucky kind of on that one. A little bit of a generous read. Probably going to get unlucky on a couple too throughout this back 9, so it'll even itself out. All right, 60 yards, down 1, so 59. We're going to go 52 and see if I can actually hit that. Last time we came up a little bit long. Could basically use that same swing again. We'll see. Again, a lot of these shots, it helps to have the number in your head, like practice back here, but these type of 50 yards, even 100 yards and less, is a lot of feel type of shots, and you can see the ball flight. It's a little bit tougher, in my opinion, here into the net, but all right, that one I hit a little bit easier, but it's still, we'll see. Could be a little bit on the longer side. Yeah. All right, at least that one stayed on the green. just, guess I'm just hitting it just a little bit too hard. I'm trying to go soft with those wedge shots, but distance control again. All right, onto the back nine. 10th hole, par 5, 3-4-7, even through 9. Not too shabby in my books. Up 8 yards this time. This is somewhat of a narrow landing spot here. That bump out with the trees on the left I don't love, but let's see if we can hit a straight one. Gonna be straight, but that was high on the face. Hopefully this driver's nothing's going wrong with this either. Those basically, there's only been a few that felt kind of normal. Like that one was similar to the first couple I hit, high on the face, and it just sounds and feels a little bit weirder. I don't know, hopefully there's not like a hairline crack or something in the face. Maybe it's just because I'm hitting it high on the face, but again, sounded in, you guys probably can't tell a whole lot of difference with the mic, especially with the wind and everything else, but just the sound and the feel, a little bit not what I've been expecting and experiencing since I've had it. So right in the middle though, I was up the left side, 189, up 8. So 197. So I could either go 7 iron, which I usually play to about 190. Maybe right now 195, probably that, versus the 6 iron usually play to about 205. These are with well struck, good strikes, which obviously is very hit or miss, but I guess we'll go 7. It's closer to that. Even if I hit at 190, should still be on the green. I think if I hit the 6 good, it'd be too much club. It's gonna be straight, but I hit it thin. It may work out. We'll see. Nope. Thought that was gonna get there. I was worried. Possibly a little bit of a misread there too. I mean, I didn't strike it very good, but I thought that one, sometimes those low ones like that, they're low and they run out forever. I thought that one was gonna be on the long side. It may need to get down. We came up 22 yards short, so like I was talking about with that lucky drive, maybe a little bit of a slight misread there, so it'll eventually even itself out. There's only so much you can expect, and you just got to play with what you get back here with the R10 somewhat. 22 yards, just in the rough, so another 2. We'll try the 56. Man, this wind is crazy. The net's about to blow over. You guys see that? Luckily I have it staked down pretty good, and the wind can kind of go through it, but still. This is probably, I'm not great with judging it, but 20-30 mile an hour winds maybe. Hopefully the wind noise is not unbearable. My apologies if it is. Again, another thin one. It's straight, but it's thin. I might need to have to get down just a little bit. Sit. Alright. I think that was just outside the inner circle. We didn't deserve a +1 anyways based on that strike. I'm catching them thin. Par though. All right, even through 10, 11th hole par 4, 370, down 12. So 13 yards there. So basically what I was talking about, this could have been similar to what the other one was, and I just didn't see it. But if I hit this, for example, 270, I'm gonna get 283 out of it. So we'll see if I can actually hit one 280. I'll get 293 out of it. It's going to be low up the left. May catch one of those trees. We'll see. That's a hellacious seed up the middle, as Phil would say. Not very well struck. That was very low in the face, but it's going to work out. 281. So you do get, I mean, it depends on the course you're playing. Depends on how the fairways are cut and whatnot. But in my experience, you get a little more run out here within the Garmin software than you really would in real life. But that one was a low runner, so 89 left, down 1. So this is in between either, you can either go 52 or a real soft, finessed, controlled, choke down 48. We need 88. We'll try the 52. Considering I've been coming up long, I'm gonna, in my head, think about hitting a 75-yard shot. And if it's like anything like the other ones I hit, should be a little bit more than that. Again, I might need to get down. I struck it good, but I think that might be on the long side. Oh, maybe not. All right. It's tough. You hit a couple long, you try to take it off and swing easy. I tried to obviously hit the good shot, or the close to the number, the first couple times, came up long, and then the second time swung even easier. That time I swung even easier. So you don't know if you're still catching it, if it's going to come up long, or that one actually was a little bit short. So hopefully find a happy middle ground, but still even. Could be worse. 12th hole par 4 up 12 yards. So good amount of elevation change up and down here at this course, at least from these tees. I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning, but there was only 3 tee box options. Obviously we're playing the furthest back, which are the blues here. Most of the courses around here, probably similar in Connecticut too, usually you have about 3 or 4 tee boxes, if that. Usually blues or blacks. Most of the time it's usually 3. It's blue, white, and red for the most part. Sometimes you get a yellow in there for like seniors or youth, and then sometimes on the really long and nice courses you'll get a black tee box behind the blues. But all right, up 13 yards. Another pretty narrow fairway with trees. Let's see if I can, again, hopefully for once, actually feel good about a tee shot here, but if not, at least keep it straight. It's gonna be another low one up the middle. Turn over left. Pretty bad. That's probably only gonna be 230, if that, yeah. So, well, we were up 13, so that was realistically 239. One of the worst hit ones yet. Still struggling with that consistency right now. Frustrating how you can go from hitting it really well for a period of time and then a day like today. Not that I had the highest expectations coming out here, but struggling to even find the club face on that, let alone try to get to my goal of like a 300-yard stock driver swing. In any event, 191, up 8, and we're in the rough. So that puts us at 199 plus basically another 20 yards. So we need a good, pretty close to 220. I'm gonna go 5, and we'll see what happens. Don't think I'll get the 6 there. 5, if I catch it good, it's gonna be too much, but a little bit low up the right, we'll see. Come back just a little bit. All right. Not the best stroke ball in the world, but for the shot we needed, what did I say? I edited a on-course video, one of those sayings that I like. I said to another guy that just started, we'll take the birdie, that'll do, pig. One of my sayings that I like, and I said it in that video, was not the shot you wanted, but that was the shot you needed. And that was a good example of that. Not a very well-struck ball, but wasn't exactly what I wanted, but that was the pretty much exact shot we needed there. So brings us to 1 under on the day. 13th hole par 4, 344. Ooh, we got water there. All right, do we risk it for the biscuit? I think we do. We'll aim out here. I don't love these trees on the left. but we're gonna aim out this way. 294 right there, and it's down 9, so we're gonna get 10 extra yards because of the downslope. So I need probably at least 260 out of this drive, and then with that slope get us closer to 270. Still low, we'll see. It's gonna be relatively straight, turning over left. Go! 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 Oh! That was just the backside of that water. That's unfortunate. I thought we had a chance there. I thought that was gonna land like a yard over that water. Well, we got some work to do. That's a penalty stroke into the water. 121. At least it brought us in the fairway. 121 down 1, so we got 120. I'm gonna go 48. Usually I have been playing this a full. This is, like I said, really the only one I hit full. When I swing it full, it's about 125. Maybe right now. Starting to feel a little bit of tightness in the lower back, so maybe we're dropping back down to, at the beginning, maybe I would hit this 130. Maybe I'm back towards 125. So gonna go the best that I can. Choke down about an inch or so on this. We'll see if I can get 120 out of it. One of those thin pop-ups, but we'll see. Could work out. All right. Again, not exactly what we wanted, but it was at least close to what we needed, so bogey, honestly, with the ball into the water off the tee. Kind of surprised, actually. I was just thinking. Kind of surprised off the tee box that Garmin doesn't make you re-tee it. Sometimes, I mean, most of the time, if I lose one, just from the standpoint of the courses around here are always so busy, you got multiple groups behind you. You can't stand on the tee box. If you put one in the woods or in the water off the tee, you can't stand there all day long and keep re-teeing and hitting balls. Also, too, from the standpoint of the money of balls, hitting multiple balls out of play, and you're just racking up the dollar signs in your head of balls you're losing. So most of the time I do, if I know there's a decent chance I hit something in like out of bounds or I'm not going to be able to find it, I go and drop up where the ball last crossed. But kind of surprised down here that it doesn't make you re-tee. Maybe in the future they'll do that. All right, back to even through 13. 14th hole, par 3, 164 up 1. So 165. I'm going to go, again, in between number. I don't love it. It's in between an 8 and a 9. Usually play my 9 to about 170, or play my 8 rather, if I can talk, to about looks like there's actually a little bit of, I don't know how, looks like a little bit of rust possibly, or dirt maybe it just is. On like, there's like a fluted hosel on these, and it looks, this is the first time I'm seeing that. I want to double check, see if my other clubs are like that too. Usually I do a pretty good job. I don't play in the rain, and if I do, I wipe them off. It could just be dirt. Hopefully that's not rust, but. So usually I hit my 8 to about 170, 175. 9's about 150, 155. I hit one 160, but even that's not going to be enough. So we're going to go 8. We'll see what happens. A little bit better strike. That could honestly be closer to 170. We'll see. I didn't swing super hard, but that should be a pretty good shot if it gets down. Sit, sit. 168. We'll take it. If I hit that full out, that could have been closer to 180. I choked down like half an inch, 3/4 of an inch on that too, and I swung relatively easy, and we still got 168 out of it. So. Oh boy. 15th hole, par 4, 259, and talk about a dog leg. I mean, if this isn't close to the course layout and accurate mapping, I don't know. This should be pretty spot on, I would think. It's hard to mess it up this much. But like I've said, and all you R10 users would know, all the layouts are usually spot on, and are also the yardages. So I wouldn't be surprised. We'll see if Hunter says anything with the with this shot in particular, the 15th hole. If you have to hit about a 190-yard shot to put it where we are, and then you got about 125 going back the other way. So I don't love those trees there, just in case I slice one. I'm gonna play it a little bit safe for a change. 193 down 4, so I'm just gonna go 7 out there. Thought just crossed my mind to get really risky and hit it straight right over those trees, but we can't afford. I mean, we got a halfway decent score going. I don't want to put something out of bounds into those trees after that ball. We unfortunately just hit in the water off the tee, so 7 iron it is. Struck it pretty good. It's gonna fade a little bit, but should work out just fine. That should be about 190, 195. .201. All right. I knew I struck that decent. So, in a good spot here. Let's see if we can capitalize. Good smart play off the tee. Conservative play. 123 down 4. So, 119. We're gonna go 48. And basically same thing. Choked down about an inch. Played as close to about 120 as I can. Should be decent. All right, just caught a piece. That did start to the right. I don't know if it was that far right, but maybe. I did pop it up just a little bit, and sometimes those end up being kind of spinny out to the right. But we caught the green for a par. 16th hole, par 3. Grab some Gatorade quick. Camera is still going. Who knows about the mic situation, but I got a good deal on this set of mics too. It's one of those dual mics, so it has 2 of them. Usually I switch them out in between rounds, and if I had 2 people, I can mic up 2 people. And like I said, I can charge my phone while doing it, so I got a good deal on it. The mics don't owe me anything, but I think they're probably on their way out, and I don't want to risk either on course or here. Well, I guess I got a new one for on course anyways, but back here, I don't really want to risk having it not pick up audio, and then, or like halfway through, if I don't remember to like do a real quick test before. I never used to have to do that. It would just, I would plug it in and work right away. So either the rain affected, or maybe just, it doesn't owe me anything at this point. I've got so many hours in use out of it. I may just retire it, and I actually have a second one that's the same exact mic that I bought since they were cheap enough, so maybe I'll break into that. All right, even through 15, 16th hole, par 3, 219, up 7. So going back to the old 5, and we'll see. It's kind of tough. I haven't been obviously striking this great. Not that I've struck anything really that great. That 7 iron was probably one of the better struck balls out of everything today, but I have hit this like 240 before when I really got a hold of one. So anywhere, the problem is I don't really know, like I haven't hit it consistently enough to know how far it goes really, to have it good dialed in compared to like my 9. I know my 9's pretty spot on to where I'm at, right around 155 plus or minus about 5 yards if that. This thing could be anywhere from 215 to 240, which if you're trying to hit a green like this, not exactly the most confidence inspiring. Struck it good, a little bit thin out to the right. I may be long right, we'll see. Or not. It's definitely right. 213 on that. Thought that was gonna be a little bit longer. It was a little bit thin, and I struck it halfway decent. I thought maybe a little bit longer, but it is what it is. All right. We got some work to do. We gotta try to put this inside the inner circle. 26, and we're in the rough, so another, call it 3. 29, gonna go 56. Let's see if I can hit a 29-yard shot, plus or minus about a yard, and get it inside the inner circle. Save par. Thin again. We'll see. Could be closer to 25. Alright, we got it there. It says 25, but realistically, because of the rough, that was 28. But I knew it wasn't going to be 30. We'll take the par, though, for sure. That'll do, pig. '17th hole, par 5. You guessed it, another dog leg by the looks of it. And a big one at that. Alright. I don't know. Where does this put us? Yeah, we can't hit driver. We're asking for a lot of trouble if we do that. So, we gotta play it smart. We might be able to catch this over here, though. What's that? 229 down 13. Do I want to go out here? I want to kind of get around this corner or go here, but it looks like if I'm here, I'm still blocked out by those trees, which I don't love, so I'd rather be even in the rough out this way and have a clear shot going back the other way. Not that I could probably hit anything. Well, maybe the 3. Not in the rough, though. I don't know. We're going to go there. So 236 down 14, so I'm going to try the 5, and we'll see. Ball stayed up there. Another kind of thin one towards the right, but that was hit harder. That's kind of what I'm talking about with this thing. 239. I think that's with the slope too, so I wasn't quite that far, but that was 240 into the tree. I knew I hit that one better. What were we down? Slope-wise. What'd I say? 13 or something maybe? So that was like, what? 225-ish maybe into the tree. I don't know. I gotta dial in this 5 and know how far it goes on average. Well, we cleared the corner, but now we got tree trouble over here. Let's see if we can split this almost. So 269 to the pin. I'm aimed farther, but I don't really, I guess I could go like this. We're gonna go right through this gap. 269, it's up 2, so that puts us at 271. All right, we're not going to get anything there, plus 27 on top of that, so we need like 290. But I'm going to go 3 hybrid, and we'll see if I can get maybe 250, 260 out of it. Again, it's going to play whatever this shows. It's going to be the 10% off of it, so basically 27 yards. So basically if I hit it to 250, it's going to show like 225. But heavy on the mat, but should get through there. Oh, we're gonna be right behind this other tree again. So that wasn't great. 190 it had. I did catch that pretty heavy. 190, I don't know if we caught any of those trees going through. And then the 25, so that was only really 215 with a 3 hybrid. Possibly a little bit of a misread there too, I don't know, but it is what it is. Gonna go up and over this tree. 80 yards, down 1, and then the 10%. So 79 plus another 8 puts us at 87. Gonna go 52. Get a little bit extra loft here. Popped it up to the right. That may need to go. Oh, and we caught the tree. Go! Wow, that took a massive bounce. All right, now sit. I don't know what that hit. I don't know if there's like a little bit of a cart path there or something. That took like a 15-yard bounce forward. That was generous. Well, maybe we got a little bit unlucky with that 3 hybrid distance, and we definitely got lucky with that. after catching the tree, and that took a very, very beneficial bounce. All right, even through 17. Let's see if we can finish this off with a relatively clean scorecard. 18th hole, par 4, 357, and it looks like we got another dog leg with water. So, yeah, we can't get over that water, unfortunately. So we're gonna go right about here. 224. Man, it's another one. 5-iron distance, unfortunately. I mean, I guess I could go here. We'll go here, and I'll hit the 4 hybrid. I feel a little bit more comfortable with that than the 5-iron. We'll see what happens. This kind of reminds me of a course around here that I've played a couple times. I can only use, I don't know if I've recorded or put any videos out, but just in case I don't want to spoil it, but there's a course around here where across the 18 holes, I really only have like 3 or 4 true driver holes. Everything else, I gotta, basically there's these kind of dog legs here where you run into either trees or something else, and you gotta pretty much hit either like a hybrid or an iron off the tee just to put yourself in play. Kind of reminds me of that. 4 hybrid. Oh, that could be trouble. That was slicey way right. Bounce off a tree and get lucky. Oh man, this is probably gonna be a penalty stroke, isn't it? Yep. Terrible tee shot. So much for feeling good about the 4 hybrid. All right, we have work to do if we're trying to save par here. It's a par 4 too, so we're 1 in, penalty stroke 2. Basically, I need to put this inside the inner circle from here to 240, 241. Well, we're gonna go 4 hybrid again. Basically, I gotta put this inside the inner circle to save par from 240. A little bit heavy on the mat again, but it has a chance. Made sure I didn't slice that one. Sit. All right. Pretty decent, all things considered. 4 hybrid. 246 onto the green. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bogey, so I think that's going to bring us to +1 for the day. But to stick the green from there for bogey, from what we did off the tee, and from 240 yards out, that'll do. So, from Cedar Knob Golf Course in Somers, Connecticut, again, courtesy of, hopefully you're a subscriber, but username of Faux Hunter, or I think his actual name, or at least what the profile said was Hunter Coleman. So, shout out to you, Faux Hunter or Hunter Coleman, for the request. 1 over 73. So, 36 on the front, 2 birds, 2 bogeys, the rest were pars, 1 over on the back. 2 bogeys, 1 birdie, and the rest were pars on the back. Only 5 out of 14 fairways. Driver was not great. That should be interesting if that continues for this buff bogey video that I'm going to do right now. Could be in store for 100 or more push-ups. We'll see. But 5 out of 14 want to be at least 7. Greens and regulation, actually, that's not too bad. 14 out of 18, we'll take that all day long. And then the putts, not horrendous. I mean, 33 putts across 18 holes. Obviously, 36 would be 2. We want to be closer to like 1.5, even creep down towards 1. But obviously, no putting. That's just chipping. So it is what it is. 1 over 73. Not having touched a club in 6 days after walking 27 holes. Could have been worse. So hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Again, shout out to Hunter. Anyone else? Give me a. You want to see me play a course of your choosing? Give me the name of the course and the location, and then similar to what Hunter did here. Just even a sentence or 2 of just background information. It makes gives me a little bit of background of why I'm doing it and like what to look out for. Like he mentioned, the trees and the dog legs, which is cool. I can kind of know that and keep that in the back of my mind as I'm going through. Also, for anyone else out here that's watching it, or not out here, but on YouTube, you get the idea. Anyone else that's watching it gets a little bit of background information too of why I'm doing it and what they can look out for and maybe expect as I'm doing it. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Another simulator round in the books. Time for some push-ups. Hopefully not too many, but we'll see. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the next course.